Just wanted to make a spontaneous comment here. I was watching videos and there's a question right now. Right now I'm in Thailand, and so the time in Thailand right now is 6:30 p.m. and it's the 16th of February. It's a Friday, and I'm watching videos where they're talking about Rafah. Now, the IDF invaders have already dropped bombs from their super jets onto um, the innocent Palestinians, the women and the children. The excuse they're using, okay, they're saying we want to get rid of Hamas. That's what Netanyahu is saying. But as a matter of fact, that's not how you get rid of Hamas, and we all know that. So Hamas mostly is in the tunnels, right? And I think that's where the hostages, the Israelis that they took on October 7th, probably in the tunnels. But there's so many tunnels and they're all over the place, and it's really, really hard to find all the people hiding in the tunnels and to eliminate Hamas. Hamas has re-emerged in northern Gaza now, which was supposed to be completely cleansed, as they say, by Israel, by their IDF. But no, it's not possible. You can't get rid of Hamas. Even if you kill every member of Hamas, you're still going to be able to. There's still going to be people that are coming up and wanting to join and fight against the oppression that has happened since the founding of Israel, and even before the founding of Israel, there were terrorist acts by the Zionists, in Palestine, which prompted the Brits to leave. They didn't want any part of it anymore, and they were getting killed just by being there. So what's going to happen in Rafah? That's the big question. What's going to happen in Rafah tonight, tomorrow, the next few days? There's a lot of talk. What Bibi Netanyahu is talking about is going in with ground troops and being careful not to kill any innocents. But really, sometimes people are not honest with what they say, right? Sometimes people say things that are misleading so they can get away with tricky things that they're doing. And the Mossad, which is, I guess this is kind of like Israel's CIA, their byline, I mean, what they go by is deception. That's what they say. I mean, that's their motto: by deception conquer, by deception raise hell, or whatever it is that they say. I forgot. But it's about deception. So this is what Netanyahu is doing. He's being deceptive. Now, what actually he's saying is, we don't want to kill women and children, which is all they're doing because they want to eradicate. They want that whole area, right? They want that from the river to the sea. They want Netanyahu, from 1899, they've been declaring that Zionism. That's what they want to do. So anything that's going to get the Palestinians out of the way, because they're in the way. If they could pepper all of the West Bank with settlements of Israelis, and they can try to get in people from all over the world. They don't have enough Jewish people there. I know Jewish people, they don't want to go to Israel. They don't like it. Israel kind of sucks compared to so many other places that a Jewish person can live in safety and have a better life. Israel's not anywhere near on the top of the list. So a lot of people don't want to go there. So they've got constant programs where they're asking Jewish people who have absolutely nothing to do with that land, Israel, inviting them to come and say, look, you can live here, and here's all the benefits you're going to get, and here's how easy it's going to be for you. We'll make a place for you. Because they want to take over all of the West Bank. That's why they're putting settlements peppered all over, because they say, look, we're already there. What are we going to do? We're not going to leave. We're not going to, Bibi, I've heard him say that. We're not going to tear it down. There's no way that we're going to leave the settlements. There's no way the settlements are going to leave. So they want to permanently be there. So the goal, not by what they say, but what they do, is to eradicate, to remove, to ethnically cleanse, to kill or displace all the Palestinians that they can. And a lot of the bombing is about scaring the heck out of them. They want to scare the heck out of all the Palestinians. But I mean, these people are used to this. They've had bombs dropped on their heads for 75 years. This isn't new to them. They're really, really tough people. And Israel has made them even tougher because he's made them insensitive, as much as you can be, to constant bombing and constant threats and, breaking down your door in the middle of the night and stealing your son or whatever, kidnapping, and then holding them without a trial for years, torturing them, letting them die in prison. And who has the trial? The Israeli government has the trial. There's no accountability outside of Israel. So what's happening in Rafah? Bibi's going to go in there. He's going to kill some people. He's going to go in with a ground assault. But what's going to happen is something's going to give. Somebody else is going to say, look, we got 1.2, 1.4 million innocent Palestinians right now in Rafah. Let's find a way. Let's get them in Egypt. Let's put them somewhere. Let's get them out. What Bibi wants to do is get them all out of there. He wants to get all of them out of Rafah because he wants to take over that whole area. That's the goal. That's what they've stated. They want to take over all of Gaza. They want to take over all of the West Bank, and they want to go all the way to the river. That's what they want. That's Greater Israel. It's published. There are maps of it. They talk about it openly. This isn't anything that you wouldn't know if you paid attention. Most people don't pay attention. They hear a few sound bites here and there, and they go by that, which is ridiculous because so much of the world doesn't really know what's going on. And Bibi has the whole banking, Rothschild, everything behind him, all the money behind him. That's where all of Bibi's power comes from. That's where all of Israel power comes from. And that's where all of Netanyahu's confidence comes from, is the fact that he has all the money people that run, the World Economic Forum. They run all of the banking. These are the people that are behind him. It's not only Zionism. These people are supporting Zionism, all this big money in the world. And if you violate those people with the big money, they can destroy your country. They can cut off all trade. They can devalue your currency. They can destroy your lifestyle. This is the key. This is the thing to understand. And this is where Netanyahu gets all his confidence from. He gets his confidence from knowing that the big banking money in the world is supporting him and saying, go on, do it, do it, do it, because they picked Israel. They created Israel. Rothschilds created Israel. This is their project. They're not going to let anybody else get in the way, especially not the Palestinians, especially not. And why does Biden hold back? Why does Cameron hold back? Why do Western nations hold back from going in and supporting Palestine? All about the money, honey. It's all about that. If you understand that, everything makes sense. If you understand what Netanyahu wants to do, take that whole area, like they've announced, like they've said, it's obvious if you pay attention. They want that whole area. So get the Palestinians out. Doesn't necessarily want to kill them all. Why? Not because he cares about their lives, because he cares about the PR. And if Israel has bad PR, that's a problem, isn't it? It's a problem for Israel if they got bad PR. So they don't want that problem, which they've got really big. But they can come back. Why? Because they got the whole banking of the world behind them. So right now it's a little bit precarious. So what are we going to do? They're not going to slaughter all 1.4 million of the Palestinians in that Rafah area. They're not going to do that. Somebody's going to step in. And right now they're negotiating about that. They're talking behind the scenes. They're manipulating this project so they can get maybe Jordan or Saudi Arabia or somebody's going to, okay, we'll let you all in. They're going to boats or whatever they're going to do. And they're going to get most 90% of those people out of there before they all get slaughtered. Then what happens? There is no two-state solution because there's no Palestinians around anymore. They've all been deported. And if we can kick them out and get them somewhere else, why do they need a state? They don't need a state. That's the goal. They've stated clearly, Netanyahu, the leader of the Israeli government right now, until he gets thrown in jail, he's saying, look, there's no two-state solution. Why? Because the two-state solution would get in the way of him controlling that whole area. And the statement is totally Jewish controlled. Now, that's not democracy. That's a religious state, okay? So we can't use the word democracy when we talk about Israel. There's nothing democratic about it. Jews reign supreme. They control things. They're superior. It even says it on their ID that they're a special group and that they have special rights over the people that have been living there for hundreds and hundreds of years. So that's the agenda. What's going to happen in Rafah? Those people are going to be, some of them are going to be slaughtered, which is what they've been doing now since November 8th. And there's going to be somebody stepping in and say, look, we'll help you out. We'll help you get out of there. And that's the total goal. And that's most likely what's going to happen. And the only thing that's going to stop that from happening is a aggression from surrounding states maybe Lebanon, maybe Turkey, maybe Syria, maybe Russia will help out. And just fighting back, pushing back against Israel, saying, no, you can't have your way. Putin is not controlled by the world banks. The BRICS countries are not controlled by this banking system. BRICS countries number 10 now. So, still don't know exactly what's going to happen. But most likely what's going to happen, if we look at history and we look at how things are right now, the kind of support that the Palestinians are getting while they're being slaughtered, while they're being starved, while they don't have fresh water, while they don't have electricity, while they're being bombed in the place that's supposed to be safe, nobody's doing anything about it. And that seems to be what's going on. So we don't know, if anybody's going to step in. Probably not the way things have been going. I don't know if anybody's going to step in. They're afraid to do that. They're afraid. Israel will probably go nuclear if they feel like, if Tel Aviv gets some serious bombing. So what I want to say, the key point I want to make with all this blabbering that I'm doing, Rafah is going to get more genocide, but some countries, somebody's going to step in and save them so they can all be evacuated, so they won't be in the way of Bibi Netanyahu's plan to take over all of that area to the sea, from the river to the sea. That's the goal. So that's my 2 cents. I just wanted to say that. Sometimes I just feel like, look, I got to share this. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm open to being wrong. Tell me how I'm wrong or whatever. Let's see what happens. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, but this is the way it looks right now. Thanks for listening. Please like and support and subscribe to this channel. We've got a project going where we're going to help communities to be more peaceful, to end racism, to end poverty. And we're going to be starting later on this year, hopefully, if all goes well, October, but we need you. In this October 2024, I'm going to be in Los Angeles building communities, and we're going to have communities in 5 cities around the US. So if you're interested in that, check out the website here, abetteramerica.club, and join the club. And please support this YouTube page, this YouTube channel. Please support this channel just by subscribing. And if you want to contribute some level, you can go here. It has a link to where you can subscribe to the updates of the newsletter, be part of the Zoom calls, which happen Sunday night, 9 p.m. New York time. Or you can contribute money every month, $1, $5, $25, to help this project happen. So please do that, and it's free to subscribe, and it just takes a second, and that's helpful too. So do what you can. Thanks a lot for listening. See you again soon. Bye-bye.